Peace Collective, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is Milan. I am an intuitive tarot reader and psychic medium. If you guys are new here to this channel, welcome. If you guys are returning, welcome back. It means the world to me each and every single time you guys join. Thank you guys times 1,000 for being here and for deciding to spend your time and your energy here with me in these readings. As you guys know, this is going to be another general collective reading. However, we're going to get into another deep dive today. As you guys can tell by the title, we're going to look into the energy around Erika Kirk and recently passed Charlie Kirk. Okay, if you guys are ever interested in readings that look more into celebrity culture, the entertainment industry, music, I've got an entire playlist already curated. It's called the Deep Dive series, and that's where you can find more readings just like this one. If you guys are ever interested in personal readings, I do offer them. I do love readings on this channel. We do live streams every once in a blue moon, okay? Just as a quick disclaimer, this channel is not a fan page. This is not a stan page. This is not a political page or anything of the sort, you guys, okay? So everything in this reading is going to be alleged until proven otherwise and for entertainment purposes only, okay? If you guys don't like the subject matter, you don't like what we're talking about today, something doesn't resonate with you, it's okay to just click off the reading. It's really no big deal. All I ask is that you guys keep it respectful with me and with others who may decide to jump in the comments as well, you guys, okay? Geez, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, make sure you guys leave a like on the video, okay? Share if you care. If you guys do resonate with the message, something here makes sense to you, subscribe. I would love to have y'all here, part of the family, okay? So we're gonna get right into this. I don't know about you guys, and I made a post on my community board a couple days ago. Something just doesn't really feel all the way right with this situation, you know, and definitely, this is not a political page. I'm not here to defend or promote any type of prejudice or what one may find to be racist rhetoric or anything like that, okay? But I do find it a little odd, a little strange, the energy that I pick up personally as a medium from Erika Kirk, which is again Charlie Kirk's wife. I don't know what it is. Something just, she's already had a connection with Trump before Charlie Kirk and her getting married. She was part of the Miss USA pageant. I believe she was Miss Arizona maybe like 10, 12 years ago, okay? I also learned that she has a political science background from when she went to college. So that to me would indicate maybe having some type of political career pursuit, possibly, maybe, right? Who am I? I don't know. But something just doesn't feel right. Like her demeanor, it just almost feels like she's acting. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she used to be an actress too. Maybe not in big Hollywood movies or anything like that, but I'm more than certain I came across that information as well. And as you guys know, Charlie Kirk was a very conservative political activist, political speaker, I guess you can say. As far as I'm concerned, he wasn't involved in Congress or the Senate or anything like that. Just a very loudmouth conservative activist, I would say. But what I do appreciate, no matter what you take on as your political party, your political views, okay, God is God no matter what political party you're part of, okay? And I do respect that about him. He seemed to have a very strong conviction and a strong relationship with God, okay? So that's a beautiful thing no matter what political party you subscribe to. But anyway, outside of all that, I really just wanted to kind of get down to the nitty gritty about who the hell these people really are, because just the energy around his passing is just feels kind of weird. And I might do a tap in on Candace Owens as well, maybe at a later date, because she seems to be privy to certain information that she wants to say but can't really say, or that she shouldn't be saying. I don't know. And her and Charlie Kirk seem to be really close. But we're going to get right into this, guys. I have a King of Swords here to represent Charlie, being that he's a Libra. He was a Libra, excuse me. Okay. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think his birthday is coming up in like the next week or so. Okay. And then you have a Queen of Cups here that's going to represent his wife, Erika, being that she's a Scorpio. All right. Scorpio Libra combo. I don't really know how I feel about that, but that's very intense, almost possessive, a little controlling energy with that Scorpio sometimes, with a very passive aggressive let's keep the peace type of Libra energy sometimes. Maybe not so much with his public persona, but maybe in the household, I could see how that could be a bit of a weird power dynamic. But anyway, we're going to jump right into this, you guys. We're going to start with Erika first, and then we're going to get into some oracles. Okay, we're going to hop back to Charlie, and we'll use the same decks. We'll switch around, and vice versa, so on and so forth. Okay, I'll let you guys know who I'm reading about as I'm doing it. I'm going to start with one oracle deck first for Erika, and then we'll use the same deck for Charlie in a minute. If somebody wants to timestamp the reading, you are more than welcome to. Thank you ahead of time. But yeah, let's get into this. What is the current energy, please? Or I guess I want to say, like, how did she really feel when it came to Charlie? Or what was her true intentions? Or, you know, what is her general energy like when it comes to Charlie? Okay, what is her current energy, please? Or how did she feel when it came to Charlie Kirk, please? Please. Oh. And the way I have the cards set up, you guys, they're both kind of just looking at each other very intently. She's got a hand over her stomach as if she's pregnant or something. So we know she had 2 kids with him. He had around fall showing up. So like the autumn season. I don't know what that has to really do with anything. We are moving into the fall season, yes. But what is this about, please? Okay, triggers. Oh boy. Yeah, childhood wounds, flashbacks, ready to explode and caught in the act. Interesting. So she could be like a little triggered by certain things that she's seeing online, but I mean, who wouldn't be, right? If your husband just recently passed and you've got people celebrating his passing, you know, that can be a little triggering, I'm sure. But yeah, you have caught in the act and ready to explode. It's so funny because I had a vision of this particular deck that I'm using. There's a card in this deck that talks about a third party. I had a vision of that yesterday and actually earlier today before I even sat down to record. So I don't know if that's to do with anything, but there could have been a lot of like triggering emotions between the two of them. You know, when somebody says something and it's like you're easily triggered and you're wondering like, why is that even bothering me? Okay, it says childhood wounds. If I'm not mistaken, you know, not that it's a bad or a terrible thing, I guess. You know, a lot of women grow up with single mothers. I think she was raised by a single mother as well, so that could be something that triggers her with this childhood wound energy, okay? But this little boy looks mad as hell, okay? But let's see, let's continue. Why is it here? What is this? Appreciation. Okay, yeah, letting you know, enjoying you, good vibes, expressing love. And I don't think she felt appreciated by him though. I don't think she felt appreciated by him. It's kind of giving, you know, you don't tell me, you know, what I do for you is good enough, or you never, I don't want to say you never thank me, but that's kind of how it's coming through, you know, when you kind of get very used to being, I guess, in mommy mode or husband wife mode, it can kind of easily just get swept under the rug. The appreciation factor, you know, a quick thank you or I love you and things like that. Okay, now I remember her saying, I believe it was at the memorial service, how Charlie would write her like little love notes on weekends and things like that. He was very good with that, but for some reason I still feel like she didn't necessarily feel all the way appreciated. Okay, let's see, let's clarify. What is this, please? Appreciation. She has like a soft space in her heart for him though. You know, there is love here for him, but it almost just feels like I'm hearing like I felt used. I didn't feel appreciated. I felt used. So she could have, you know, did a lot for him behind the scenes for somebody to feel that way. Okay. See, why is this here, please? Communication. Okay, approaching voicemail and awaiting text. Oh wow, that's a little sad. So yeah, you have air sign in reverse. He's an air sign. So, and I just said how he used to like write her little love notes and stuff like that on weekends. So she could be the type to, you know, look back on their messages or look back at their photos or listen back to old voicemails just to kind of feel him again. Okay, but it's almost kind of like still not coming to terms with the loss of somebody. Like you're waiting to hear from them still, but the message never comes, you know? Wow. I'm gonna get one more on this, please. It's like awaiting a text message, awaiting a piece of communication that's never going to come again. So, you know, that's really sad. What is this, please? Okay, a visit. Wow. Unexpected visit. Another energy of a phone call. Knock and riding by the house. Okay. She could be getting a lot of like communication from people connected to Charlie. Maybe people that she knew, maybe she didn't really know that well. Okay. She could be getting visited in her dreams by him as well, is what I'm getting with this. Okay, what is this about? Let me get one more of these, please. Wow, trash. Okay, yeah, too much. Screenshots and proof, letting go and throwing out memories. So she's probably, you know, slowly but surely trying to get rid of some of his stuff. Yeah, look, obsession. Yeah, holding on, can't let go or clinging. So this could be that energy of, it kind of reminds me of a movie or where you may have someone that passed away, like a child, a husband, wife, and it's like you may want to keep or hold on to their belongings, their clothes. I'm literally just seeing her like just sit on a bed, like hugging like a piece of his clothing. I don't know, it could be like a sweater or a hoodie of some sort, but it's like she still smells him, she still feels him, you know, through his belongings. So she could be going through a really triggering experience of having to, you know, let go of certain physical items of his, okay? So maybe that's what this energy of getting visited by him in her dreams is coming through. So yeah, she's feeling this. Yeah, she's feeling this, okay? Denial is showing up, so maybe trying to get out of denial that this is going on, that this is happening. I'm hearing something about Secret Service. And again, like I mentioned, she did have a connection to Donald Trump. She was up there on stage at the memorial service, all hugged up on Donald Trump. So she could have some type of like protection at this time. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I think the Secret Service is what protects the president. But yeah, interesting. We're going to use the same deck for Charlie, okay, and see what comes out for him. But again, like I said before, I do feel like there were times where she felt very triggered by not feeling appreciated or not feeling like whatever she does behind the scenes for him was good enough or something to that extent, okay? Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. My bad, guys. I'm back. I had to switch out my candle. My white candle I was using before was just a little dull. So my apologies. But we're going to get into Charlie. Okay, we're going to use the same deck for him and see what may come out on his end. Let's see. What is his energy, please? When it comes to Erika, you have air sign showing up here. He is an air sign. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We just heavy air-like qualities. Okay. Wow. You know what I just got intuitively? Like, because air sign energy can be very quick with their words, very witty, very funny, very intelligent. You know, they can be a little. I'm an air sign. I have 5 Aquarius placements, so you know, we can be a little snappy sometimes, is what I just heard. So it's like she could have a mouth on her for real. Like, it's like with this air sign, again, very intelligent, maybe very observant, but air sign energy can be very cold, a little emotionally detached, sometimes just brutally honest too. Just like, we don't care if your feelings are going to get hurt. It's like, you're going to get the truth. So I feel like with him, he could feel like or viewed her as someone that can get very nasty, very cold, very fast, very snappy, okay? And also someone who's very smart. Oh, okay. Let's see. What is this? Why is it here, please? Oh, sneaky. Didn't I just said a little while ago, I had a vision of this deck and I saw a third party energy. I don't know who it was supposed to be for, but you got sneaky showing up. You see that snake? There's a full moon behind there. Okay, it says fake profile, hiding themselves, plotting, and social media. Oh, wow. Okay. Facade. And I'm asking, okay, how did she feel in regards to him? How does he feel in regards to her. You've got facade, putting on a front, people pleaser. Didn't I say that dynamic between Scorpio and Libra could be a little bit of a power struggle because Libra can be a little bit of a people pleaser? Yeah, hidden motives and weird behavior. So, damn, I'm going to be honest with y'all, okay? He felt like he was plotted on, okay? Like, simple as that. Hidden motives and weird behavior. Now, maybe this was a little bit later on, maybe not the first year or two of the marriage or anything like that, but I feel like with him, he felt something, he smelled something, okay? Putting on a front, people pleaser, hidden motive and weird behavior. So he felt like he was being watched, essentially, okay? And it sucks because I'm doing this reading in regards to the wife, so interesting. Okay, what is this? And he had a very heavy presence on social media, as we know, okay? Wow, what is this, please? And I'm a medium as well, you guys. I'm not looking to channel or anything like that. Channeling just kind of comes naturally as I'm reading, but I feel like he hasn't even fully crossed over yet. I'm not even gonna lie, because I don't really feel, it feels almost kind of faint. I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling, you guys, but if I do readings for people who are not here physically, sometimes their energy is stronger than others. But this feels almost very faint. It's like, I don't think he's fully crossed over yet. But if there's something sneaky going on that people are not seeing, or there's no justice here, then of course you're not going to cross over yet. It's almost like unfinished business. What is this, please? Regrets. Okay, blamable, being distant, guilty, and feeling ashamed. Okay, so like I already said, with Erika, she felt quote unquote used, or she felt like a lot of what she did went unappreciated or unnoticed sometimes. Yeah, regrets. So he feels like he's to blame for some reason. It's almost kind of giving, I should have known better, or I should have seen this coming, or I knew this and that was going on, but I didn't listen. Okay. Something to that extent. Okay. Guilty, feeling ashamed, being distant. Okay. What about though? What do you even regret about? Why are you blaming yourself? And when someone could blame themselves again for maybe, not seeing the red flags or ignoring the red flags. It's like, damn, I wish I knew better, or I should have known. That type of vibe. What is this, please? A clown. Yeah, look. Appearances, humiliation, another energy of feeling ashamed. So it's almost as like he feels like he got snaked, or he feels like he got played or something. Yeah, you have commitment here at the bottom. Soulmate energy, sharing goals. So why do you feel like a clown? What is this? Feeling ashamed, humiliation? Why? Dreams. Yeah, I told you, visiting you. Yep, spirit world, receiving downloads and confirmations. That's another full moon here. So I already said he could be the type to show up or visit her in her dreams and things like that. But I think he had a dream or some type of intuitive hunch or download that something was wrong or something wasn't right. Secrets. As I split the deck, exposure, being judged and hiding the truth. Wow. Then you have ravenous that showed up. Okay. Insatiable, must have, a hunger for pleasure. Oh. Okay, so that could be me one or two things. Having like this insatiable desire, uncontrollable desire to have a political career, or, to have some type of status. Maybe that's why Erika felt very unappreciated or almost unseen, because he was so work heavy. Or this could be, I had a vision of a third party. So this could be an insatiable hunger for pleasure. Like maybe he has some type of regrets or feels ashamed for having some type of infidelity issue, or it's giving like he craved a lot of like physical. I hope you guys catch what I'm saying. I don't want to say like an addiction to sex. I don't want to call it that and just jump off that cliff, but it's definitely giving someone who has like this it's never enough, or it's like, ooh, I don't know how to explain it, you guys. Either for the career and the work, or the physical aspect of like women. Just there's some type of like uncontrollable desire, or it's like I need more and more and more. Okay, what is this, please? What is this ravenous energy about? Insatiable, must have. What is this about? Wow, you can't make this up, you guys. Didn't I just say I had a vision of the third party? And here it is. Love triangle, relationship, the other woman. Wow, and secret hookup. That's why he feels in regret and he feels ashamed. Damn, and you have pregnancy at the bottom. Ooh boy, pregnancy test, conceiving, entrapment, and a mother figure. Yeah, he had an issue with like a third party. Or I think this could have been something that he, again, felt very bad about, was trying to get over. You know, there was another woman here, or a love triangle, or yeah, look, closed off. So that could have been something that was creating a rift in their relationship as well, possibly, allegedly. I feel like I saw him say that before, like he used to have a porn addiction or something. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Pornography, corn, whatever. I don't have time for that, YouTube, but a porn addiction. So that's why it was coming through like this ravenous and insatiable, like, ooh boy, okay, very interesting. Yep, and there it is, the third party. And I told you I had a vision of it from this exact deck. That's why I wanted to use this deck to see if it would show up, and sure enough, it did. Secret hookup. Wow, very interesting. So God-fearing or not, you know, these people are not fucking perfect, okay? People up there in the pews at the church, they are not perfect. But I feel like for some reason, again, like I said before, he knew, he felt like something was wrong. He felt like something was up on Erika's end, okay? But he feels kind of weird and ashamed. Again, kind of like blaming himself for not seeing the red flags, for whatever that would be from her end. But with him, it's definitely giving like there was an infidelity issue here, allegedly, okay? She could have found out. She could have known this, you know? Wow, okay, let's get into a different deck. I don't even know which one I want to use, y'all. This is a lot. Let's see. Let's use What's the Gossip. Let's get into that. I knew this reading was going to be a little long, so hang in there with me, you guys. But we're going to go back to Erika really quick. Again, I had triggers, appreciation, a bit of an obsession here, okay? Visit. I feel like she could be getting communication or visits from people that, again, like knew Charlie, whether she knew them or not, okay? But I see her trying to like get rid of some of his things, slowly but surely trying to detach, you know? How does she feel, please, when it comes to Charlie? What was her relationship like when it comes to Charlie, please, and thank you? Or what's her true intention, her true energy when in regards to Charlie? Ooh. Oh, wow, I wasn't even done shuffling, but you have catfish showing up. Catfish pretending to be someone else online, fake profile. We already had a sneaky energy about a fake profile. Interesting. Okay, what is this, please? Spilt tea? Secrets exposed. Gossip spreading. Wow, yeah, see, you can't make it up. Sneaky link. So she could have found out. Or I feel like maybe these people could have told her, like, yeah, you know, he does this, or he's been like this, or it's weird because it could be her, but at the same time, I feel like maybe it's him. Shoot, maybe they both had third parties, okay? I mean, when you get high up in a totem pole in a particular career and making certain exuberant amounts of money, this, that, and the third, I mean, I'm sure you got people throwing it at you when you're in a position like Charlie Kirk, okay? Just because you or I wouldn't doesn't mean that there isn't hundreds of women out there that wouldn't, you know, give it up easily to him. But yeah, you've got spilled tea, secrets exposed, gossip spreading, and leaked information. Oops, it's out. Okay, this is coming up under Erika's end, okay? What is this? Oh, energy vampire. Wow, interesting. Oh, then it's showing up anyway. Okay, what is this? Ghosted. Sudden disappearance without explanation. Yeah, left hanging. Seen but ignored, abrupt silence. And then you have energy vampires, draining connection, toxic influence. Yeah, protect your energy. Time to cut the cords. So she could have been thinking about, they weren't even married for that long, but she could have been thinking about maybe leaving him, or she could have felt very unheard or unseen by him with this ghosted energy. It could have been like hours and hours and hours at a time where she's not hearing from him. Now, of course, he travels a lot, working a lot. There's a lot going on, but it almost is giving, she feels like very drained or very, again, just kind of used by him. Maybe she was doing a lot, again, behind the scenes here. But, you know, when somebody is probably messing around, doing their thing, they disappear all of a sudden. And it's like, damn, it's been 3-4 hours. Now you're just getting back to me. What happened to you? You know what I mean? You know, I didn't see you on live. I didn't see you on a podcast. I didn't know you had an interview scheduled. Where you been at? It's kind of the energy I'm getting from her. And Scorpio, they can be very investigative. Like, you can't just sit up and lie to a Scorpio. I feel like, okay? A Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, a Scorpio rising. It's like, So they're going to find out one way or another is what it's giving. Yeah, hustle mode. So, yeah, he worked a lot, was doing a lot. Grinding hard, ambitious drive. Sleep can wait. Let me get one more from this, please. I think she's worried about something here getting out about like a third party or someone dealing with her husband on the side. I don't know. Why is it here, please? And I'm still trying to figure out whether or not it's her that had the third party or him. I feel like it's him, but in the same breath, I do feel like he could have maybe felt or assumed that she had a third party. But of course, that guilt and regret is going to make you feel like that because that's what you're doing. You know, I don't know. It could be something like that. Clout chaser. Oh, geez. Doing anything for attention. Fame hungry. Desperate for followers. Anything for a like. Wow. Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm like pausing a little bit, you guys. But I'm trying to I'm receiving a lot and I'm trying to make it make sense. Clout chaser. She could feel as though she had to do a lot just to get his attention sometimes with clout chaser. Okay, what is this? Can we get one more on this, please? Money moves just tried to show up. Smart decisions. Okay, what is this, please? Clout chaser. Sneaky link again. Yeah, okay. Yep, and commitment issues. Yeah, afraid to settle down, avoiding intimacy, fear of loss. And you have sneaky link again, hidden encounters, private meetings. Nobody needs to know. Yep, then you've got breaking cycles at the bottom, ending harmful patterns. So this could have been something that he was struggling with or something that was like a repeated issue in their relationship, okay, with commitment issues. But with breaking cycles here, it's like that was something he was really trying to get out of, is what it's coming through as. Yeah, clickbait. So she could be worried about the gossip coming out or someone, you know, coming out the woodwork talking about they have a child with Charlie Kirk or whatever. You know, that would be really fucking embarrassing for her. Maybe that's why she felt so drained, so exhausted. And I think maybe that's part of the reason why, I'm not even gonna lie, you guys, like this run that she's going on, the press run that she was doing, her energy almost kind of gives off indifferent, or it's like, I deserve this spot, you know? I hate to say it like that, but that's literally kind of how it feels. Okay. Anyway, we're going to use the same deck. We're going to go back to Charlie, okay? Let's get a couple for him. Again, I have Ravenous here. Sneaky, okay? Hiding themselves, plotting. Like I said before, he could have felt plotted against, is what I'm getting with this as well. Because I get this energy from him, like not wishing that he would have saw the red flags or something like that, okay? Why is this here for him, please? Or what's his energy like when it comes to Erika? Self-care Sunday. Okay, it says prioritizing rest, recharge emotionally, pampering yourself. Me time matters. So I get like he was kind of selfish. He was a little selfish, you know, is what I'm getting with that. Not to say that me time is not important, because it absolutely is. But like I already mentioned from Erika's POV, it's giving she felt very unheard, very unseen, you know, in a lot of situations. Right, here, please. And it's weird because I don't think he was intentionally trying to be selfish. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. Okay, soul contract. Yeah, fated connections, karmic relationships, spiritual agreement. So he feels like they were destined to meet, whether it have been for work purposes, to get married, have children. He feels like it was meant to be. Yeah, look, yeah, you can't make this up. Swipe right. He's got an issue. Online dating. Yeah, digital romance. And then you have commitment issues again. So that could have been a very common thing for them. Okay, like something that was coming up a lot. Or, again, something he was working on. Why is it here, please? Cuffing season. Yeah. Temporary relationships. Seasonal companionship. Short-term warmth until spring. So, you know, someone like a Charlie Kirk traveling a lot. Spending like days, sometimes maybe a whole week or so out of town, and you're obviously a very polarizing public figure, whether you agree with him or not. You know, he was very popular amongst a particular group of people, so women probably fawned over him. Let's see, what is this, please? Just simply because of his position or his connections, you know. Why is it here, please? And again, you don't have to always like what somebody says or agree with their ideologies or anything, but he speaks with very strong conviction with anything that he's talking about, and I can respect that. Even if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, if you can come into a room and have conviction and confidence in what you're talking about, and you can win over a room of people, that's very powerful. You know, again, you don't have to like what they're talking about. I get that part, but the strong conviction behind it, it's almost kind of admirable in a way. Okay, booked and busy. Yeah. Productivity high, a full schedule. Yep, no time to waste. Success on the calendar. So he was very selfish. And look, I already said that. Look, red flag. So he feels like he ignored certain red flags with her. Okay, warning signs. Ignored intuition. You knew better. Yeah, look, sugar-coated, sweet with deceptive words, empty compliments, side piece showing up. I mean, geez. There's a lot. It's repetitive. It's constant. Wow. Warning signs, ignored intuition. And that could also be ignoring the signs, ignoring his intuition, kind of feeling like he should have known better. Maybe it could have had to do with this third party energy, you know? I should have known better to do that, you know? I should have told the truth. I should have been honest. No filter showing up here. You've got blind date. I almost want to say maybe he felt like he was set up through a woman. With whoever one of these third party energies are, he could have felt like he was set up through them, or I don't know. His energy is almost kind of weird. Okay, let me see. Let's get out of that. I'm going to use the True Crime Oracle. I definitely am, because this is definitely one of those readings for that. But maybe I can get more information with this True Emotional too. Let me use a couple of these. We're going to go back to Erika, you guys. Okay, this isn't making any sense to y'all. Definitely leave a like on the video. It's absolutely free to do so. But it looks like she, again, felt she's worried about some type of gossip coming out, or there was a secret exposed. Again, maybe with this infidelity, but she didn't want that to be out in the public or anything like that. She felt like very drained, energy vampire here. And she felt like she had to do a lot just to get his attention, okay? Go back to Erika, please. Or how does she feel when it comes to Charlie? Thank you. What's her true intentions or true feelings in regards to Charlie? Even thank you. Okay, yeah, faith, healing, meditation, and praying. So she could have been praying for him to heal. You know, obviously, if somebody has some type of sex addiction or infidelity problem, you could want to pray for that person to help them get through that. If you have somebody in your life that's dealing with certain addictions and afflictions, just pray for them. Yeah, and look, backstab, pain, cheating, deception, mind games. So it's very obvious. It's very clear. You know, what is this here, please? Or what was her true feelings or intentions for him? I don't see anything here about love either yet on either part. I still don't see that. Okay, what is this, please? Mirroring. And oh, well, here are the feelings. Okay, you have feelings. Just as I said something about love, I didn't see anything. Here it is, mirroring and feelings. Not happy though. Yeah, she wasn't all the way happy though. I don't think she wasn't as happy as she thought she was going to be. Is kind of what it's giving. When you're mirroring somebody, that can mean you have the same energy that they do. You know. Why is it here, please? Oh wow, a funeral. Obviously, you know, he has passed away. Shocking news. Obviously, that could have been very shocking to her. You know, something very devastating. But what is this, please? This funeral card? And cope. Oh, boy. Yeah, so she could be trying to find ways to cope. Maybe not in the healthiest ways as of right now. I can imagine. Again, I had an energy of denial coming through for her. So trying to get out of denial that this is even her reality right now. Okay. I feel like she's got a lot of different people coming at her from all types of directions, all types of avenues about this as well. Either like people wanting to talk to her, interview her, get information, see how she's doing, you know. Yeah, let's get a couple for him too. We'll get a couple of these, and we're going to move into another deck, you guys. Yeah, he was really struggling with some type of like infidelity or something like that. He was very selfish. That could be what he felt very ashamed or in regret about as well, you guys, okay? Even one of these cards says a temporary relationship, you know, short term, seasonal companionship, you know. What do energy like, please, when it comes to Erika? Love, hate. Oh my God. Look at this. Pregnancy, DNA, and fake news. Love, hate. No strings. Oh, man. Charlie, you better be careful. What is this? No strings. We already saw a pregnancy card from a totally different deck. Third party energy. I told you there's some type of gossip here, and Erika is, like, that cannot get out. Nobody can know about this. I don't know if maybe she was pregnant and just hasn't found and just didn't know at the time of his death, but this is giving me someone else. With the no strings, when you're married to somebody, there's all the strings attached. So if there's no strings, this could be like a one night stand or someone you were just, again, third party. It's giving fake news though. Interesting. But yeah, love-hate relationship here. Wow. What is this, please? Thug. Oh God. Okay. Someone getting into trouble here. Yeah. So he knew he had like a pretty questionable reputation. It was very, you know, controversial. That's the word I'm looking for. A very controversial type of person. He knew that. And you have love and hate. He's like, you're either gonna love me or you're gonna really hate me. Either one or the other. I'm cool with either is what it's giving. And he knew some of the things that he was saying could get him into trouble. You know, he knew that already. Why is he here, please? Thug. Then, oh my gosh. I know you guys see me shuffling. Pregnancy DNA again? That, oh my God. Bad news. You can't make this stuff up. Allegedly, okay? Wow. What is this? You know what I'm getting from this? This could even, if this is even true, this third party energy, it could have been somebody that wasn't even usually his type for real. If you guys catch my drift with that, okay? We know what type of rhetoric he'd be spreading, but it's like, but you actually like them. Oh, okay. So you like us. Got it. Okay, but you can't say that out loud because of all the rhetoric you've been pushing. Got it. If you guys get what I'm saying with that, then you get what I'm saying. Okay. Let me get one more on this, please. What is this? Romance. Yeah, you can't make this up. And it was a karmic ties to this romance that he had on the side. Either that or he felt like she was a karmic. And then you have married. Yeah, look, married. You already had soul contract. So he could feel like this was a karmic partner he was involved with. Wow. Either the side piece is a karmic or he viewed Erika as a karmic. It's kind of giving, it's like, maybe that's why he moved the way he did, because it's like he didn't trust any fucking body. He didn't trust his wife for real. He didn't trust the side piece for real. But it's almost giving like he loved being in love. He liked being admired. He loved feeling good, you know. And that's a Libra thing too. They love. Okay, they're the house and the planet of relationships. Libra rules over relationships. So yeah, he could have been the type to just really like to be liked. Again, people pleaser type of energy. I didn't mean to put that card away that I just had. Damn, but yeah, bad news. What is this? Too late. Okay, yeah, it's like, oh, and look, here it is, the sex addiction. There it is. He was really trying to let it go, going through like an ego death, a transformation at the time of his death, it seems like. So very interesting. Yeah, he felt like it was a little too late, or he was already very deep in the weeds of his issue, his infidelity, on top of being booked and busy all the time. It's like, where do you even find the time to do this, to fit a third party into the circle? You know? You pop the question, I miss you. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, you guys. My goodness. Give me 1 second. Hold on a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. But this is a lot. This is a lot, low key. We're gonna get into the true crime oracle. Okay, I'm gonna just use this just collectively for them. I'm not gonna, switch and hop back and forth on different sides. I'm just gonna use it collectively for the energy between the both of them. Okay, this making any sense to y'all? You like this type of reading? You like this style of reading? Something here makes sense to you? Definitely leave a like on the video. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys know. If something here adds up to what you've read or what you've heard in regards to both of these people, then yeah, let me know. Actually, you know what? I am going to separate it. I'm going to start with Erika first with these, okay? Let's start with Erika first. Let's see. What's her energy like, please? Or what's her intention when it comes to Charlie? Please and thank you. Okay, let's see. What is this? Clean up, showing up. Like I said before, she could definitely be trying to, get her house in order, clean up certain stuff that used to be his, or get rid of certain things, like his physical items and stuff like that, clothes or whatever, clean up. Okay, what is this? A couple. Okay, we know they were married. What is this? A boat. Okay, that could, for me, the boat energy can kind of mean like moving on or moving forward, trying to find maybe some type of like refuge or shelter or peace. Okay, receiving closure or giving closure. Yeah, it's like she's really trying to move on from this and let go. Yeah, love. Okay, what is this, please? Yeah, so it's like she knew that there was someone on the side with this couple energy and cleanup. Okay, she doesn't want people to know about that. She doesn't want people to see that, or trying to clean up stories in the media, or using her connections to help clean up certain stories or to avoid certain stories from coming out in the media could be important here. Okay. What is this? Grandparent. Okay, that can kind of indicate maybe like growing old together. It's weird because I don't really see like a whole lot of energy about love or emotions from any of the decks that I used, but I'm hearing that this was a long game. It was a long game, is what I just heard. Okay. In debt. Oof. Something about financial issues, being in debt or feeling indebted to something or somebody. Ooh, boy, got lies showing up at the bottom. Yeah, he is a liar. Look at her. Lies and male. The male in this situation would be Charlie. So she's, yeah, with spouse and partner, surveillance. It's like she felt like she had to keep tabs on him. Always had to wonder or figure out where he was at, or what he was up to. You know, we had an energy of ghosted. She felt very ghosted or unseen by him a lot of the time. Okay, drugs and poison. We know he wasn't poisoned or drugged or anything, but we already had cope. Okay, so allegedly, she could be, you know, coping with certain substances, if you will. Okay. And regret. Wow, okay. Regret is here again. No, it's showing up on her end. Why is this regret here for her? Because we had regret very heavily on Charlie's end, but why is this regret here, please? He's just wrapped up in a blanket. Why is regret here for her? Party. Okay. An accident. Spouse and partner. Why would you be in regret about this, though? As I said before, I feel like maybe Charlie could have felt like he was set up through a third party. You know, it's like using a woman to infiltrate a situation, or using a woman just to see if he would respond, just to see if he would go meet up with her. The whole time it was her that set it up that way. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, celebrity. I'm not really getting a whole lot with that, so I think I'm just gonna leave that there because I'm not really getting a whole lot with that. But she's she's involved in like certain circles that she's like not used to being involved in, is what I'm getting with this as well. You know, it's giving like certain people that she's in the circles with now, it's like they are involved in certain shit. Like I feel like that maybe she normally wouldn't be around or something like that. Okay, then you have spouse and partner again at the bottom. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna use the same deck for Charlie and see what comes out for him. I don't want to say I'm not getting a lot, but it's not really coming through that clearly. But okay, let's see what's going on with Charlie, please, or how does he feel? What's his energy like? Something about this, I can't help but feel like he feels still like he was kind of like set up, or something was going on weird with the wife. Like he feels that way too. It's like being sneaky or something. Organized crime. Wow. And then you have assassination at the bottom. Organized crime. These are people that are in high places, okay? It's giving like the mafia, the mob. I'm hearing something about like Israel. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Charlie Kirk said some interesting things in regards to Israel. And you know, you can't say too many things about Israel or, you know, JEW ISH community. You can't do that really. They look down on that, or you will automatically be clipped if you do. So it's giving organized crime and assassination. He definitely feels like he was taken out. Obviously he was taken out, but the person that did it could have, yeah, look, man-made disaster, orchestrated. Like it wasn't just an angry fan, an angry protester, or someone who just didn't like him that fucking much. You know what I mean? Wow. Organized crime. Faked death. Oh, that's interesting. a fake death. I mean, I don't know about that, but okay, let's see. Why is it here? Beach. Okay, you got social media showing up here as well. Oh. He was in his head a lot of the time about certain things he was doing, the way people felt about him. Even with that strong conviction or attitude of, you know, like, I stand on what I say, this is what I mean. You know, that doesn't mean that maybe internally he still didn't feel, I don't know, good enough. It's almost, I don't want to say it's a false bravado or like a false confidence, because no, it was very genuine, it was true. But in the same breath, it's like, he liked to be liked. He liked to be loved. He liked to be admired. So if it's like, if someone didn't, or that could have bothered him or created some type of void, hence needing to fill that void with infidelity or third parties and things like that. I really hope that makes sense, you guys. Then you have death here at the bottom. Yeah. And obviously it was an assassination, but with him, he could feel as though, like, yeah, like this was a setup, or it was again a man-made disaster. We already saw that. Healing, justice, yeah. And that's why I said before, I don't think he's necessarily going to quote unquote heal or quote unquote cross over until something comes to light. With this justice card, yeah, he can feel like the justice system or the legal system is involved in organized crime as well. Wow, okay. Intuition, we already got that with him too, like not following your intuition, not seeing the red flags. And then look, affair. Yep, an affair. So his intuition told him that, you know, you can't keep doing this, meaning like being, you know, having infidelity issues. He was really trying to work on that with his healing energy here, is what I'm seeing. But it's like his life was cut short before he could really, you know, get to the end of that tunnel. But his intuition was really ringing a lot with him, with a lot of different things, especially in regards to his wife, because that's what this is about. But he just didn't follow it. He just didn't follow it. You got to stop doing that, you know? Yeah, look, perversion and the devil. He's had some sexual proclivities that he was struggling with, essentially, okay? But let's get into the tarot. This is a very long reading, you guys. My apology. This is a lot, but we're going to get into one tarot deck. And we're going to just read it collectively, the energy between the two of them, okay? Again, if you guys like this style of reading, something here makes sense to you, definitely leave a like on the video. It's absolutely free, $99 to do so. Share if you care, okay? Let's see. Ooh, Four of Swords. That's Libra energy showing up. Yep. So that's rest, retreat, recovery, renewal. Yep, contemplation, withdrawal. This is maybe the energy of not being in communication either. Things kind of being at a pause, taking a break. They could have been trying to take a break at the time of his passing. You know, like, obviously they're going to do the events together and show up together. They're going to support each other online and all that, because especially with Erika, she didn't want the media to see or know about their issues, okay? So it was very hush-hush, kept very quiet. But I definitely see there was some type of withdrawal between the two of them before he passed. Okay, ooh, 8 of Cups. Yeah, I told you, she was thinking about walking away. She was thinking about walking away, like for real. 4 of Wands, walking away from the marriage, the stability, the household. Yeah, the Sun and the Empress. So this is a very beautiful energy usually, but I'm telling you, I feel like she just did not feel seen or appreciated. Like, I'm your wife. I'm the mother of your kids. Like, something like that, you know? 4 of Wands can be a celebration. It says reunion, family, homecoming, joy. That is a marriage. That's why I said the 8 of Cups, walking away, escapism, you know, following your intuition, leaving behind a marriage. So I definitely feel like it was thought about at least, or contemplated on her end for sure. What is this? Queen of Swords. There goes the Judge. Divorce. The Queen of Swords is the divorcee of the deck. Male or female, doesn't matter. Intelligent, perceptive, independent, and clear boundaries. So there was some very like harsh communication between the two of them in the household is what I'm seeing. What is this? King of Swords. So there he goes. That's a match. The King and Queen of Swords. What is this? Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so they were definitely like on the... And it's really unfortunate because they had only been married for maybe, what, 5 years? 4 years or something like that? 2 kids. So I told you, I said this as well. Like, he feels like, or he felt that Erika can get very nasty, very like aggressive verbally. Like, she had a mouth on her. She has a mouth on her, essentially, or she can. Is what it's giving. Then you have this Nine of Pentacles, single, someone who's very good at making money. They're good at what they do. They look very good, self-care. And maybe that's why like a divorce was, or a legal separation or something was on her mind, because again, very selfish energy from him is what it's giving. You know? She could have found out the truth about all this stuff, or she could have been aware, but maybe just didn't take action on it at first. You know, again, denial, didn't want to believe it, or didn't want to accept it, or... And it's giving like, you know what, after too much, I may have to walk away and like do what's best for me, you know? Why is this here, please? The Magician in reverse. Yeah, manipulation, poor planning, lack of confidence, insecure, and narcissism. Yeah, the Magician in reverse is someone like who can't manifest very well. They don't have all the tools in the shed to make what they want happen. So it's giving like whatever manipulation he was doing with her, it just was not working anymore. What is this? Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, look, the Seven of Swords upright. So it's a lot of like sneakiness, dishonesty, and betrayal between the two of them is what I'm seeing. Insecure, moody. Yeah. It's like the love wasn't as strong as it used to be. It's not the same. It could have become very codependent on one another because, again, having children, we're married, we might as well just work out, we might as well just figure it out, even though we're both not happy. Wow, what is this? Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. I get with him too, like he could have been using a lot of work, even as like a distraction from dealing with her. I hate to say it like that. Okay, the Tower card is here. Jeez. Yeah, and it's literally like someone passing away or being laid to rest while doing what they're doing for work. With this Eight of Pentacles, Four of Swords. It was a very shocking moment, obviously, very kind of out of nowhere, very random with this Tower energy, okay? And technically he was at work, working, you know, doing a speech or what is it called? A debate at a campus. Shaking foundations, upheaval, disaster, violence that led to, you know, him being laid to rest. This Four of Swords is literally someone on top of a coffin in a church. So, and it's crazy because I hate to say that there was like a means to an end to their relationship anyway, is what it's kind of giving. And I feel like he used a lot of his work as an escape. I do. He used his work as an escape from her. I hate to say that, but she could be, again, very domineering, very moody is what I was getting. Like very mouthy. She can get very nasty. And I don't think that allegedly she was as submissive as he thought she would be. You get what I'm saying, guys? And she wasn't as happy as she thought she was going to be in this marriage. You know? Knight of Cups in the reverse. Again, manipulation, disappointment. Yep, untrustworthy, jealousy. And that's another thing too I'm getting. I feel like he could have ignored the red flags or thought that she was a little sneaky, had something up her sleeve, you know, because there is a bit of a tinge of jealousy there. And he felt that, he knew that. She was a little jealous of his um, of his status, I guess you can say, or the attention that he was getting based on his political views and things like that. Yeah, 10 of, what is this? The Wheel of Fortune, Destiny, Fate. Yeah, untrustworthy, jealousy, unreliable. So that's just a very heavy repeated message here. Yeah, 8 of Swords. That's 888 is showing up here. Yep, fears, doubts, negativity, victimization, feeling very isolated. So she was in her head a lot about him. It's like, I don't know, you have the King and Queen of Swords here. They're usually very honest and very truthful, but it's like she didn't know what she could believe, what to trust with him. I don't know my left from my right, up from down whenever I hear from him, or whatever he tries to tell me and things like that. That can be very excruciating, or almost very frustrating, I get, for her. But 8 of Swords can be the energy of, if not physical jail, then like a spiritual jail, feeling very guilty, very bad. So I will say that he did have or hold a lot of guilt when it came to his, manipulation tactics with her and lying to her, and, maybe again having third parties. Okay. Yeah, High Priestess. Secrets. Yep. Intuition. Another energy of him not following his intuition with certain things. Trust yourself, the subconscious, intuition, sacred knowledge. Usually this is energy that is, again, hidden. Not everybody knows. Maybe only a select few people know. So he was struggling with that, but it's giving he was really trying. He was really trying to get out of that type of energy, it feels. Okay. Wow. The High Priestess and the Magician in the reverse. This can be like dark energy too, low key, What is this? Page of Wands. Oh boy. See, this is what I'm saying. I already saw that. Something about a secret pregnancy, or a hidden, I don't know. Either she was pregnant when he passed, or there was, look, the Sun. She didn't want this coming out. She didn't want that exposed. The Empress is pregnant. Page of Wands is a child. Good news. The Sun, pregnancy, vitality, life, the little baby on that card. The High Priestess, things that are hidden, things you don't see. So that could have been a secret here, allegedly. Could have made her feel very insecure, made her feel like, what? You know what I mean? Wow, this is just something maybe that has not hit the news, or it may never hit the news, Allegedly. And I feel like she was also very ambitious in her own ways, but she felt very overshadowed by, the entity that Charlie Kirk was. So she could have felt very small next to him. You know what I mean? Again, underappreciated, not seen. Okay, you have the Justice card, Libra energy. I definitely see like some type of divorce here that was in the works, or at least a legal separation. But again, I feel like he was in the middle of really trying to fix it or work it out or change his ways to make something here work, but she could have been very like emotionally checked out already with this Queen of Cups in the reverse. Okay, I'm getting a lot of energy here about karma. Okay, the second time I've seen this Wheel of Fortune. Karma, Justice card can be karma, things being balanced out. And I definitely see she had some type of political aspirations too. 8 of Pentacles is your work, your career, the things that you focus on, the things that you spend time and attention and detail on. And legalities with the Justice card, politics. She could have, and it's giving like her political aspirations or dreams could have been very overshadowed by him. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, this is like freedom, blind faith, going against the rules. The Hierophant in reverse is like not being in a stable commitment. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, not a stable commitment. Yep, insecurity, lack of stability. And I feel like that could have been a serious tower moment for her, finding out or knowing that she was not involved in a committed situation the way that she maybe anticipated or that she thought she was. You know what I mean? It's a little disappointing, I can imagine. Especially with whatever she was doing for him behind the scenes to really help him out, or keep him in the forefront, or keep the machine running in the background. You know what I mean? So yeah, look, Five of Wands. A lot of arguments, a lot of fighting, competition, like competition amongst your own partner. That's not cool. That's not cool. But yeah, this is very interesting, you guys. I didn't get into the Donald Trump aspect like I wanted to, because this felt a little bit more personal, more than I expected it to be, if I'm going to be honest with you. But Charlie, he definitely felt like something was a little weird or a little off. And he knew that Erika was a little envious or jealous or felt some type of way about his position, or about, his following, and people having such an eye on him, being admired so much in the space that she wants to be recognized and admired in. I really hope that makes sense, you guys. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave this reading here. This went on a little bit longer than I anticipated it to. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, or that you guys are able to take something from this. If anything like rings any bells or stands out based on what you've read or seen, definitely let me know. It kind of helps tie up the loose ends that I may have left straggling a little bit in the reading. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.